This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're going to Las Vegas. We're gonna go to the strip, we're gonna go to the casinos, we're gonna be betting. We're gonna be flipping our chips around, we're gonna be betting on red or black or people. Today we're gonna be looking at an expansion for Wits and Wagers. This is called Wits and Wagers Las Vegas. So it comes with a lot of different new things. Let me show you all about it, and then I'll see you on the other side. This Vegas expansion for Wits and Wagers comes with a huge mat that you roll out and place on there. It also comes as a 7th player, Elvis, because you no longer use the pays double in the party edition. He goes away and now you can actually play as Elvis with your own board and your own chips. It also comes with a bunch of chips of 500 and 1,000 because you're going to need those because this one you get a lot more money in. Each of the rounds gets a $100 chip for whatever round it is. 1 chip for round 1, all the way up to 7 chips for round 7, and whoever gets this is the one who had the closest answer without going over. And so we're ready to play with all the chips there. It also comes with these sorry we're closed. If you're playing with 7 players, you'll play with all these. If you're playing with 6 players, you'll put this sorry closed and no one will have a place there. Or if you're playing with 5 players, it gives you 2 of these to basically mark them off. So now we have things like this. Now, the smallest guess 6 to 1 is still here. Everything else pretty much plays the same way as Wits and Wagers with a few small differences. After people have made their bets and placed their cards face down, before you turn these over, you can bet as to which player you think actually knows the right answer. You don't have any information other than, does this person know this? But you can bet, and it's huge because if you get it right, you're gonna get 10 to 1 here, and this really changes the game a lot. Also, you can bid on black or red, being all the black spots. If it's a big player game, you'd have 3 spots that might be in it. If there's not enough players, maybe it's 2. But it's basically doubling your money 1 to 1. So if one of these 2, or if there are more players, one of these 3 were the right answer, well then I'd double my money. And you can do the same on the red side. And if you're curious as to how much bigger this mat is than the standard game, a lot. It actually dwarfs the original mat. And if you flip the big new Vegas mat over, you can play the standard way as well. All right, there's Wits and Wagers Las Vegas. First of all, let's talk about things I like. First of all, I like Wits and Wagers. In fact, that's an understatement. I love Wits and Wagers. It's one of those games that I've brought to parties that there aren't gamers there and everybody has fun with it and most people buy it afterwards. And it's still fun enough for gamers, so it's a game that I've really liked in the past. Now this expansion, I think, has the wow factor. It has the table presence. It has, you put that mat out and you've got all these things and people that are walking by are gonna stop and be like, what are you guys playing? And I've always wanted a giant version of this. Now I've seen some of the giant ones at conventions and such, and I've always wanted a big mat to play because I just think it's cool. And so this is a way that you can have a huge mat to play this, either the regular version or this Vegas version. So I like that. The mat is definitely high quality. Also comes with those different ones to scale for the different amount of players. So I think that's a really cool idea. And I really do like that you can flip it over, and if you don't want to play the new way, you can just play it with the old way. You can just, the standard, standard Wits and Wagers, you can just play it like that. And I think that's cool as well. I like that they add a 7th player, adds the Elvis there. So now you can play with 7 players with Wits and Wagers Party there. Good thing to do there. I liked the betting before the answers. We played this with my family over the weekend. I played it at Origins, and the last question of the game was something very old and historic, and my family and I know that none of us really know this stuff. The only one that probably knows is my dad. So we all went heavy on my dad and got 10 to 1, and it's fun trying to figure out a question. Like, everyone knows I know a lot about sports, so when the sports questions come up, people are gonna bet on me, and I think that's a cool aspect. Allows people to sort of catch up. So overall, I really liked it. So what about some cons? Well, the thing I just mentioned that's a pro can also flip to a con as well, because the original game, I've always liked Wits and Wagers Party better than the regular version because I felt like it was less swingy. The original version tends to have a little bit more of a runaway leader problem where the rich get richer, they can bet more, they can take more risks. Once they have more money, they can bet a bunch on the smallest or one that has the best odds, and they can just steamroll their way through it. In Wits and Wagers Party, it's kind of taken away because you're just betting with the 200s and 100s. And, you know, there still could be, but it was less apt to happen. With this, even though it's more exciting because you can bid on people before and bid on black and bid on red, which I think are excellent additions. I love that aspect of it. The 10x bid does make the game a lot more swingy. I mean, you're going to, if you bet a lot on someone who thinks they know it, well, you're going to get 10 times as much. That's a lot. And the games I found can be a little bit even more swingy than the original version, which I thought was already too swingy. So that's a con. It's still a ton of fun. I'm still going to play this version all the time anyway, just because of the different ways to bet. But be warned that it is a little bit swingy there because you're going to be betting for 10x. So overall, I really liked it. The components are cool. I love having the big mat, but it's a little bit more swingy. But if you're doing Vegas style, it fits the theme. And that is Wits and Wagers Las Vegas.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.